My name's Greg Whitehouse and I'm joined by guest commentator Michael Lincoln.
Hello, looking forward to this game. What do you think's going to happen today in this?
Well, we know what Spartans 2 can deliver. They're a very good squad, sort of in themselves. Personally, and it might be a bit of a, not an unbiased opinion, but a strong opinion, I don't think they've delivered to what sort of the players on court should be delivering.
Which I can partly agree with when they have got players that are there that have played Super League and have won titles consistently.
Yeah. Would you say, I know you'd like to think that when you've come down from Super League into League One, you'd like to say you're probably a little bit better than the rest, but it's a different game style, would you say?
Yeah, it's a little bit slower. It gives you a little bit more time to think, but the standard definitely has grown over the last couple of seasons, and we're sort of really seeing that with how sides are performing at Opens.
So obviously 30 minutes on the clock for the full game, 2 15-minute halves. Spartans there just putting themselves ahead. Obviously, Thunderdodge, I believe, beat Sheriffs 2 earlier on in the day, so I think that puts them out of relegation zone.
Especially with how other results have gone sort of this season. Sheriffs have dropped points or picked up some points against Bedford Rangers seconds, getting some good draws, but that looks like a key sort of battle that for Thunderdodge today.
Good standing there from David Paul from that left side, and now they'll apply the pressure.
Spartans very controlled in their play style. There's no panic. They're happy to reset with the balls. They know they've got the throwers that are accurate. Dave Paul taking a nice trade there to leave them 3 players up.
But a good trade, and obviously when you're in that 5-2 scenario, a good trade is sort of that 1-for-1 every time, and that's what you're looking for. You're going to negate the team that you're facing, so they obviously have left players, and you just whittle that team down, and there it is, the 2-ball attack. Nice timed, and Spartans 2 take that first set. This season, obviously, from League One, 2 teams will be promoted, but next season, I believe, the whole sort of format is changing. It's first and second are auto-promoted, third and fourth play against 7th and 8th in Super League.
I believe there's been a proposal that is out, and sort of League 2 will is potentially look at being split, where the top 2 teams for potentially the North and South might go up, which could potentially mean 4 teams from League 1 go down. At the minute, I believe it's at the proposal stage.
I think it's just been there's been a recent review out, I believe. It's so top 1 and 2 from North and South will go up, and then the third in both of those will be in a playoff. So you could finish third in North and still be promoted, but obviously you might lose that round robin and then not get promoted. So personally, I like that. It's back to the sort of older days of Dodgeball when there was a round robin and you'd almost, although you are promoted, you'd sort of fight for your battle a lot more in terms of...
Yeah. Really good aces call from Spartans there. Taking out the left side.
And there you go, look, they hold on to that. They're just forcing that middle ball back. Nearly actually takes the catch. Sometimes that deflection just pops up in front of you, but it doesn't quite settle. Oh, and deflection catches there that time.
Fantastic reactions from Josh Keys. And again, really good timing from Spartans. They've started the game really strongly.
Yeah. That ball does pop up, that first ball that hits Townsend does pop up, but that second one, that slightly delayed one, which Spartans will always look for, their tracking is very, very good.
Good power from the middle for our Hayes.
Do you think, it's a bit of a weird question I guess, but do you think as the 6 on a team develop that it becomes a lot less role-based, so you have those wingers, you have those middle players. Do you think teams start changing and everyone is just as strong, or do you have sort of your... Do you think there's more roles or not roles these days?
I think as the sport develops, I think we'll start to see more players becoming more adaptable. So in an ideal world, if you've got players that can rotate from wingers into middle and be just as comfortable there, you're able to rest your throwers and become more consistent at the end of sort of big matches.
No, I'd agree. I think there's sort of, you build that roster up. I guess in sort of international you have now rosters of 14, so that depth and that development is so key for sort of those international teams, and obviously that's going to start at grassroots, that's going to start sort of at these leagues. Yeah. So, you know, at current, I believe the max is it 10 you can have on a roster for a day?
I believe so, yes. Townsend doing well to get under the balls. He now has 3. Oh, he's got 4, sorry.
He's got 4. Looking to go forward with 2, so...
Lewis Higgins has fished. Dave Ball takes a revenge hit, 6-0.
He's almost gone for the fish, then decides not to go for it, but I believe it catches his t-shirt on the way through. Good honesty from a player like that. Townsend sort of, he's in that jumping motion and it comes into sort of his gut area. David Paul maybe the power a little too much for Townsend to keep a hold of. And a timeout called. I think it was one we speak about time and time again. It's always a good one to look back on in terms of homework from international events or larger events. It was the England against NI where they went 8 down, and I think by then, personally, it was way too late, and a good catch from centre, catching up Dan Doherty.
Sorry, you were talking about
England. So I think sometimes you, like you said, you leave it too late. It's the damage has already been done. You know, you're then trying to rush around too many things at one point. Personally, could have taken it after the four down, but decided against it, and obviously they did end up losing that semi-final. A good game to watch. Oh, and single balls flying everywhere. Ball pops up, but doesn't then find the mark. Breaks in with no balls in hand. Interesting one.
Good cut. So that hit's come from the 2 players providing good pressure either side. It means sort of the defensive player doesn't quite know where that ball's coming from.
I think this set's maybe got a little too hectic, and obviously that's now Thunderdodge in the lead. Townsend probably could have caught that ball, but leaves the jump forward to the catch a little too late.
Three v 3, Thunderdodge with the majority of the balls.
So, yeah, they take out Josh Keys with that double attack, and one ball, Dunford actually fires it into David Ball, and I don't think he's really paying attention. Dunford drops. He set himself a week before the throw's been made.
But the opportunity was there.
It was. Oh, and
the counter.
Yeah. The delay ball, great one.
And it looks like the timeout has had its desired effect.
Yeah.
I can imagine Spartans will be talking now about possession and not giving away balls early on in sets.
Next set gets underway. Hayes looks to try and get that rush on that second ball that they've got the left side, but Spartans do bring it back quicker than expected. Keys just with a small fake. And it's a 1-for-1. Dunford tries to fire against Keys, but the ball is deflected onto their side. 4 balls now. And as you spoke about ball possession, Spartans have done just that this set.
Good timing, good accuracy on those throws, but nice sidestep from Townsend.
And it's that movement, that dodging that a lot more players are looking into now. It's not the up and down, the traditional style dodge, it's that left-right. You're looking at all these separate movements. You don't want to be predictable.
But equally important as the movement is the timing of those movements. If you go too early, lots of teams train for tracking that player.
Oh, and that is very unlucky indeed. Dave Ball's actually dropped the ball and is out. But the ball gets thrown at him. That ball is obviously still a live ball. Ball pops up, is catch, and that catch is a successful one. I think he's maybe arguing that that catch shouldn't have counted, but obviously Dave Ball is still a live player, although he's still on the court. Although he's out, should I say.
Good hit, good speed up the court. Leaves it 5v1.
And 5 balls.
And
the first ball is caught.
And Josh Key's looking to take that catch. With the title sort of race being close and sort of points matter, it looks like Spartans are sort of going for those catches at the end to get as many points as they can today.
Do they play Nighthawks in round 9? I can have a look for you, actually.
And Emily Walker, the referee there, just telling the players if they're out to make sure they've got their hands up well above their heads.
Spartans' last meet will be against Beagles and Leeds Owls. So I think Nighthawks would need to lose 1 and maybe draw 1 for Spartans to actually take it. Townsend, that great throw there against Wilkie. Wilkie's gone for the block, but that slight delay there as Townsend, he knows he's hit the jump. Hit him on the toe, perfect throw from Townsend. He's doing everything right when he is on court.
Looks like he just got away with that. The delayed ball was blocked over.
Thunderdodge just looking to throw 1.
And they're being really aggressive.
Oh, and that's...
It leaves it 2v2.
And now he's left up court. But they decide not to throw Spartans 2. It's now the 2-on-2, like you said, Michael. Oh, and the second one. Oh, wow. Thunderdodge have thrown it away in that last 30 seconds.
And it looks like Spartans, whether on purpose, which I believe it would be, they're sort of cool on ball rather than your sort of maybe your aces call. They're sort of looking more for that delay throw who's tracking the play. And they've got a few hits from that today.
His hands are up.
Great.
Maybe a blue card. Tough one.
I think that would be harsh in that situation. Yes, his hands are up, but from that opening rush, it was back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. And it has been hectic.
And Thunderdodge just lacking maybe a little bit of control. They were aggressive last set, which I really like. And they've just maybe given away that possession this set, and Spartans have reset well.
And like you said a couple sets ago, Mike, Spartans 2 are looking for those sets, and if they close this set out, there'll be another one in the half.
Good finish on the double running counter.
Yeah, maybe Dave Paul's ball a little too quick, but this will be a minute set. And the score 12-2 currently, so Spartans win this set, they'll go 14-2 up. Thunderdodge maybe looking at having that hectic style go in their favour in this final minute. Middle ball goes to Thunderdodge's way.
They've released 2 from the start. Great catch from Dunford off Lewis Diggins.
And there you go, the hectic play style, the hectic rush actually works. Dunford takes out Wilkie David Paul goes out as well. 35 seconds, plenty of time still. Keys actually drops the ball. Oh, and as he drops the ball and he's looking for the second one.
Again, really good awareness from Thunderdodge there. Realised that the opportunity was on. And again, good control from Thunderdodge. They could have taken the double running counter. They're waiting for more of the possession. I'm not quite sure what's gone on here. Referees are going to have a discussion. I can imagine it if it will be if he was hit first.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was secure. The discussion will be made amongst the referees. Maybe the ball wasn't live, that he actually... No, because if he... Ball retriever full. 10 seconds left on the clock. He's got a knockout 6. There's 1. There's 2. Oh. would have been a great 5 or 6 throws if he delivered that.
If he did out all 6, I think that's safe to say that probably would have been our player of the day.
Player of the week, for sure, Michael, for sure. Anyway, Thunderdodge do end up winning that set before the half. 12-4 at the half.
It's all about performance and us trying to get as many points as we can, but looking to evolve how we're playing to set ourselves up for next week. Now, that doesn't mean it's impossible than to come back, because we all know different things can happen in sport. But with Spartans and the players they've got, I would be surprised.
-15-minute half. Obviously, this second half, each set's comprised of 3 minutes. If you eliminate all the players, you win those 2 set points. If at the end of 3 minutes, obviously when that set ends, you have majority players, you'll get 2 set points. If it is equal, then both teams will take 1 set point each. An even start to this set. 30 seconds gone, no one out just yet.
Really good post throw from the right-hand side. Left-hand side as you're looking on screen.
Yeah, Wilkie just getting out there. I think he's not trusting the cover, or the cover isn't quite there. Keys then doesn't find the catch. That 2-ball throw just takes him out. So Thunderdodge now 2 players up. That timeout proving very beneficial in places. Obviously Spartans 2 got a couple of sets, but Thunderdodge definitely looking a lot more in this game than the start.
They're looking to be more aggressive with their wingers, so they're sort of running up and they are releasing more often than not, whereas at the start I felt that they were maybe a little bit more passive, so Spartans potentially thought, oh, nothing's coming back, and it allows them to really put their arms through off a free ball attack at the start when they're releasing the singles.
There you go. The aggressive run in there does take the ball out of Warren's hands. When that ball that was in your hands becomes dead, then obviously you've lost possession. It used to be once upon a time, as soon as it lost contact as one part of your hand, it would be claimed as lost control. Now back into the lead in this set. Is this the start of the momentum that Thunderdodge are after?
In good timing on the throws, he's done well to get under it. Tried a no-look throw, well read by Doherty.
Yeah. Thunderdodge maybe a little lazy trying to get back there. I think a lot of middle players try to use that high press with the ball in your hands, but you can press just as well tracking back.
And you need that sort of big dummy in the middle as well. If you can disrupt their running, you're providing really good protection for your wingers either side. Good catch.
was a catch made there. Set ends 3-1.
3-1. Again, I like the start Thunderdodge made to that set.
Yeah. And it was just that crucial bit of awareness from Dan Doherty at the end, obviously evading that no-look throw, but also taking the catch at the end.
What will be interesting here is how do Spartans regain possession? Will they be as disciplined without two experienced players on the court, with Lewis Diggins and Dave Paul currently being off? They've still got really experienced international players with Josh Keys.
Sort of that younger generations of Spartans too are starting to make their mark into that second team, and obviously over the next couple of seasons you'll probably see them appearing in that first team. That first team sort of packed with, jam-packed should I say, with international players. I believe we counted the most international players in one Super League team.
It must be them or Meteors.
Yeah. Ball pops up. Wilkie's still out, unfortunately. He believes that the player he's thrown at is out before he's even released the ball. I'm not quite sure on that one, Wilkie. You'll have to save the video and watch it time and time again. But this time around, the ref has called you out, I'm afraid, and that ref's call is final.
Good hit. Oh, fantastic catch.
Are Spartans too starting to lose a bit of concentration here? Lazy dodging personally from Keys. He shouldn't be doing stuff like that at this level. And Doherty looks for the catch and it hits his toes. You said it yourself, maybe the experience from Dave Paul and Diggins off is not what they were after.
And that doesn't mean the players on the court haven't got the talent, but sometimes just that experience here, just to slow the game down. Not allow one hit to become two hits quite quickly. My guess here would be that they would take a timeout at half-time. Or not half-time, they would take a timeout after this set.
I knew what you meant. Oh, he goes for the chest pass. But a trade comes out from Thunderdodge, and they do take that set. 14-6. And there you go. You called it yourself, Mike. It's like you're an experienced coach. But a good timeout, like you said, and I think it is crucial for that. Just that stop of momentum against Thunderdodge, but also the sort of regaining maybe a bit of pressure and a bit of concentration on the game that's at hand, you know. Yes, you're 14-4, 14-6 but you've got to make sure these sets are coming into your favour.
Absolutely. And 14-6, while you have got a few sets there, you only need to lose one or two more, maybe a ricochet catch go against you at a key moment, and suddenly you're under a little bit of pressure. Good time for the timeout.
9:23 left on the clock, there or thereabouts.
What do you think Spartans have said here? Is there any changes?
I don't think there's any changes. You keep what, you know, I don't think you have to panic that Dave Paul and Lewis Diggins are off. But I do think you just have to make sure and reiterate to those 6 that are on court, those, you know, like you said, there's no lack of talent, but maybe experience in place and just making sure you're calming down. Wilkie is going out very early on in a couple of these sets, but he is an experienced player and he's got to play his life. You know, he brings a lot of calmness to that game. And there you go. You said it before. They talk. There's a lot more talk in this set. It's what Spartans 2 needed. And now a bit of control from the side of Spartans 2. Really? They were playing into that hectic play from Thunderdodge, I think.
Yeah, and they've just released a 2-ball attack there. They've kept 2 balls, which then allows the catch there.
And as I say that, Dan Doherty, who does make the catch, then loses control, and I believe from that other side, Fleming, I believe, also loses control of his. So we even things up.
Play 2 is called.
Play ball was called after Wilkie's standing. It obviously applies that pressure, but then they both throw out Wilkie anyway. And personally, when you know a standing is coming your way, that pressure from that right side has to be on.
Agreed. And there's different ways you can put pressure on. That might be at times releasing it, but at times a really well-timed fake. All balls are smashed against each other in the air.
Those balls obviously are still live, and if they do hit players, that does cause an out. But this time, one fires high, one fires straight into the ground.
Thunderdodge were a really good, sort of aggressive call there, but just haven't quite hit the target. They've thrown at Josh Keys, who's done well to get behind his ball, and the balls have sailed over his head.
Now that one player up for Thunderdodge. Just under the minute mark now. And this is where they'll look at single balls and trades do come in.
Yep.
Actually, a 2 for 1.
2 for 1 for Spartans there. Good pressure from the wingers. These at 2v2.
Keys and young talent Warren. Time is paused there. I think the ricochet ball from the side of that right side does hit a player in the face.
So 2v2, here we go.
There you go, back into the game.
Spartans with the 1-ball release. Thunderdodge looking to play a little bit of controlled here. Good double running out, a good height on the jump.
Josh Keys looks for it, but then decides against it.
Oh, it's just slipped out.
Yeah, he's actually set himself perfectly. Like you said, he's got into that low angle. Josh Keys does throw low, but the catch is not as successful. And Warren with his simple block that comes his way.
How would you play this situation here, 2v1, and time? But let's
play it out. I think at a longer sort of time frame, you're looking at sort of under a minute. You just play the 1 ball, the 1 burn ball, what we call. You know, that ball is a valid ball and within the area of the player, but it's there in that burning process that you're not giving them the catch, you're not feeding them that play. Especially here, if you're throwing against net, sort of at a different angle, so that ball is sort of dealt with sort of for 5 seconds, or sort of at an angle. Next set. Yes.
And also with the match situation as well, being where it is, they can be nice and controlled. If they were 16-6 down, they're probably looking for the double running counter in that situation.
A full start from the side of Thunderdodge. So obviously that ball is given to Fleming on the side of Spartans 2. That ball alive one from the start. Now as we start to look at those.
Just give Spartans 5, and they've not waited for possession. They've gone for a 2-ball release really early, which I believe has sort of started to come around a little bit more in international. Rather than wait for the 5, it's let's be aggressive early, because we know that we're going to have to free the other side as well.
Townsend does take that catch, but I don't think it's a successful one because he's hit out again on that left side.
With Overton.
Yep. And Doherty. 3 out in the play despite Spartans 2 actually starting with that live ball from the start. Oh, a catch on that side.
I think there was a catch. Maybe we missed it in that sort of chaos at the start.
About 5 minutes or so, just under now left in this game as we start to look for the MVP vote of the game. Personally, from the side of Thunderdodge, I'd say so. I'm not quite sure on his name. The gentleman with his glasses, the goggles on the right side. Or the gentleman in the middle.
Yes, the gentleman in the middle.
I'll remember his name. Is it Holdenby or something like that? For the side of Spartans, probably Dan Doherty.
Dan Doherty's had a good game. Yeah. Dave Paul's thrown very well. And just as I say, that number 17 from Thunderdodge makes a good hit. Dave Hall also makes a good hit in response. Good finish from Spartans with the double running counter.
So Doherty obviously on that one-sided vote, but just finding the player's name from the side of Thunderdodge.
Thunderdodge looking for the quick start off the rush, and maybe got away with releasing the extra ball just there. They are a player down, but they could have also given away possession there as well.
I believe it Hayes. Yeah, there you go. Hayes it is. So that vote now available in that YouTube comment section, so make sure you're voting down below. Stan Doherty from the side of Spartans, Hayes from the side of
Thunderdodge just looking to slow the game down, targeting the ball, tracking back with two, getting behind the ball, stop the post counter.
Wilkie just applying that press, making sure that obviously as Fleming is releasing, that Wilkie is there to apply that pressure.
Ooh, Dave Poole blocking it onto his teammate Warren. That is a horrible feeling.
Oh, he does catch it. Maybe not the greatest set from Dave Poole there, unfortunately. Sometimes it's nothing you can do. Unfortunately, if that ball does hit the player that you're aiming for and pops up in the air, it's almost free reign to catch it unless you're being obviously told to do that.
Wilkie asking if this is bounce. I think it has. Spartans coming up with three, releasing one. Good hit from the right-hand side, Fleming. Townsend making the catch. Wilkie's catch counting, but and then sort of the player being out after he had released the balls stay live.
So his catch is made from another player, but then I think his ball was caught by someone else afterwards.
Agreed.
Yeah. Good catch from Warren Fleming on that high press, but Townsend.
Really aggressive, high throw. Good response. Spartans with the majority of the balls.
Everyone shouts hold from the sideline of Thunderdodge.
Good hit and well trapped. And that's why it's so important to keep your eyes up, that you do get those opportunities of those ricochet catches.
That hit is then made, probably dying seconds of this game. They do have to come forward. The whistle is probably going to go by the time they've thrown.
2v2.
So not the worst result, but obviously it does keep Spartans well in the lead. And a final 1 minute set. Obviously I believe the next session will not start. That session will not start until this game finishes. Because otherwise one court would be massively ahead.
High risk play. He has got the hit. Thunderdodge, 2 players up. Spartans with the majority.
Oh, and Hayes takes a catch, no hit as well.
I think they've given hit first, no catch.
Yeah, maybe catches his hand before it's secure.
Before it was secure.
Yeah.
Good refereeing.
Good refereeing. Oh, and Dave Paul is out by that last one. But they can't find targets. They're dodging everything.
And again, good control. As I say that, he releases the extra ball to try and catch him unawares.
And a block, and another block. Decide not to go. Thunderdodge takes the final set. Was it the result Spartans 2 were after? Definitely not.